There's a moment that happens almost every evening, and most people never stop to question it. The sky begins to dim, the air changes temperature, shadows stretch across the streets, and suddenly, birds start appearing everywhere, on power lines, rooftops, bare trees, thousands of them gathering at the exact same time, as if the entire sky received a silent command humans were never meant to hear. Some people call it beautiful, others call it eerie, but almost nobody asks the real question: why do they do it? Why do birds from different directions, different locations, and sometimes even different species gather together right before sunset, as if something invisible is pulling them into formation? Scientists have studied this behavior for years, and what they discovered is stranger than most people realize. Because these gatherings are not random, they are coordinated, intentional, ancient, and in some cases, unbelievably intelligent. As daylight fades, birds enter one of the most dangerous periods of their entire existence. Darkness changes everything. Predators become harder to see. Temperatures begin to drop. Navigation becomes risky. A bird alone at night is vulnerable in ways humans rarely understand. So before sunset arrives, many species begin performing a ritual known as communal roosting. But that scientific phrase barely captures what's actually happening, because these birds are not simply looking for a place to sleep. They are exchanging information, watching each other, measuring safety, detecting threats, and preparing for survival together. Some researchers believe these evening gatherings operate almost like biological intelligence networks. Birds that found food during the day unknowingly guide others. Birds that sensed danger communicate it through movement patterns and calls. Younger birds observe older ones. Entire flocks adapt in real time. What looks chaotic to human eyes is often an advanced social system happening above our heads every evening, while most people scroll through their phones without noticing. And then there's the sound. If you've ever stood beneath a massive flock gathering before sunset, you know the noise can feel overwhelming. Hundreds of calls overlapping each other, sharp movements, wings cutting through cold air. It almost sounds like panic, but it isn't panic. It's coordination. Scientists discovered that these sounds help birds synchronize group behavior before darkness fully arrives. In a strange way, they are checking attendance, confirming location, testing safety. It's the final communication before silence takes over the night. And maybe that's why the scene feels so haunting to humans. Because deep down, something about it feels familiar. The instinct to gather before darkness. The instinct to not be alone when visibility disappears. Even humans once behaved this way thousands of years ago, long before cities and electricity erased our relationship with the natural world. But the strangest part isn't the gathering itself. It's how precise it is. Birds can calculate sunset timing with incredible accuracy, even when clouds cover the sky, even when weather changes suddenly. Their internal biological clocks are so advanced that many species begin moving toward gathering points at nearly the exact same time every evening. Some birds travel miles just to reach these communal locations. And what's even more disturbing, many return to the exact same tree, rooftop, or structure every single night. For years. Sometimes decades. Imagine recognizing one location in a world this massive with almost supernatural consistency. Scientists believe birds use a combination of magnetic fields, visual landmarks, polarized light patterns, and internal circadian rhythms to achieve this. In simple words, birds are sensing parts of reality humans can no longer perceive. And then there are the murmurations. Those massive swirling formations of birds that twist through the sky like liquid smoke before sunset. Thousands moving together with impossible precision. No leader, no visible command, no collisions, just perfect synchronization. Researchers studying these formations discovered something incredible. Each bird reacts not to the entire flock, but only to a few nearby birds around it. Yet somehow, this creates giant coordinated movements that ripple across the entire group almost instantly. The result feels less like animal behavior, and more like one giant organism moving through the sky. Some scientists compared it to neural activity inside a brain. Others described it as collective intelligence. But no explanation fully removes the unsettling feeling people experience while watching it. Because when thousands of living creatures move as one mind, humans instinctively realize something uncomfortable. Intelligence does not always look human. There's another reason birds gather before sunset that few people talk about: warmth. Night can kill smaller birds surprisingly fast. Temperatures drop. Energy reserves shrink. So gathering together becomes a survival strategy. The flock creates shared protection against cold air and predators at the same time. In certain species, birds even position themselves strategically within the group to maximize heat retention. Some sleep closer together. Others rotate positions during the night. What appears simple from far away is actually filled with invisible calculations happening constantly. Survival is rarely random in nature. Every movement costs energy. Every mistake increases risk. And birds have evolved these evening rituals over millions of years with terrifying efficiency. But human activity has started changing these ancient behaviors. Artificial lights confuse migration patterns. City noise interferes with communication. Glass buildings kill millions of birds every year. Entire species are adapting their sunset gatherings because human civilization transformed the environment faster than nature expected. Some birds now gather later at night because urban lighting tricks their biological clocks. Others avoid traditional roosting locations completely, and yet despite all of this, they still gather. They still follow the ancient instinct pulling them together before darkness arrives. That instinct survived storms, predators, climate shifts, and entire civilizations rising beneath them. And maybe that's why these gatherings feel strangely emotional to watch, because they remind humans of something we lost. Modern life teaches people isolation, individualism, separation. Everyone alone in glowing rooms staring into screens while pretending independence means strength. But birds understand something older than pride. Survival becomes easier when awareness is shared, when danger is observed collectively, when individuals become part of something larger before darkness arrives. Nature keeps repeating this lesson every evening above our heads, and most people never notice. Some researchers even discovered that birds within flocks experience reduced stress levels compared to isolated birds. Their brains literally calm down in groups. Imagine that. A creature weighing only a few ounces understands the psychological importance of connection better than millions of humans do. And then comes the final moment. The light disappears completely. The noise slowly fades. One by one, the calls stop. The movement settles. The branches become still. And suddenly, the same sky that felt alive minutes ago becomes silent. It's almost unsettling how fast the transformation happens, as if an invisible switch was flipped across the entire landscape. The birds vanish into darkness together, hidden until morning returns. Most people will see this tonight and never think twice about it. They'll drive past the power lines, hear the distant calls, watch black silhouettes gathering against orange skies without realizing they're witnessing one of nature's oldest survival rituals. A ritual built on memory, intelligence, coordination, fear, trust, instinct, and adaptation. A ritual older than cities, older than nations, older than human civilization itself. And maybe the strangest part of all is this. Birds have been performing these sunset gatherings for millions of years, long before humans built roads, long before skyscrapers existed, long before electricity lit the night. Every evening the sky still remembers what survival used to look like, and the birds do too.